Cookie number 2, the mental gymnastics you have to go through. I've made roughly $300. The Tamagotchi game that they're making. Oh my god. Nintendo Switch 2, you guys. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Hello everyone, happy Friday. It is quite the gloomy and rainy Friday where I am, so yeah, it looks kind of dark and depressing. But let's catch up together on this beautiful Friday. This is what my sneaky snacking strength looks like. I got an extra 46k, and now I'm going to want to collect everything. I haven't synced my sleep yet because my Cresselia is not on my team. This is my overnight berry team. It sounds like overnight oats, but this is my overnight berry team. They were the ones that were doing sneaky snacking and everything. And after I'm done picking everything up, I'm going to swap someone out for Cresselia. I'm going to swap out the weakest link. So I do this because it gives me the extra 1.2 multiplier for drowsy power. So here is my Cresselia. My Butterfree will unfortunately not gain any energy recovery. I think I might have made a mistake with syncing, so we're gonna see whether or not I'm gonna get that bonus. If not, then the end of this week is not starting to look that good for me. Yesterday, I actually missed breakfast. So that was a meal. Could have been a crit meal too, we don't know. But I was able to finish the night on Master 7, so that's good news. At the very least, because I believe it is at Master 7 at Lapis Lakeside that the second star sleep style shows up for Cresselia. So I do have an incense out. I have a Cresselia incense and a friendship incense. We're gonna see if it is a new sleep style. Ooh, we got a Muna. Very happy about that. Oh, we have a Combi. And oh no, we have a Ralts too. I want to catch it. But there is our 1-star sleep style. So unfortunately, I didn't get the second sleep style for Cresselia. Have any of you guys encountered Cresselia without having to use the incense? Because that itself is pretty lucky. I think I've only encountered one legendary dog after the event without having used an incense, but I don't think I've ever encountered a legendary during an event without an incense. Okay, so I am pretty happy that it is hungry at Muna because that's a pretty much guaranteed catch. So first things first, I'm going to capture this route. It's only 1 point away, so that is good. All right, so the reason why I'm not going to use the bonus biscuit on the Cresselia is because if I use it when it's not hungry, it's only going to give me 3 points. So even though I'm going to go a bit over using this bonus biscuit on Muna, I at least get a guaranteed capture, which is good. So that is 9 points. We only needed 5. We are 4 over, but that is fine with me. So now we will tackle Cresselia over here. I have 3 cookies. Usually from what I've seen with previous events and with my luck, it usually gets full after like the second cookie. Let's see whether or not it's going to do the same. All right, so that is cookie number 2 that we're going to give. Another 6 points. And yeah, it's full. I'm not surprised. These legendaries have such like a teeny tiny appetite. I do have enough to redeem for either another incense or another cookie. And right now I have 0 incenses, so my game plan would be to redeem 1. And then I'll probably wait until I have 3 more cookies just so that I can guarantee my chances at capturing Cresselia. So I usually hold on to my points until I'm ready to start redeeming them. Otherwise, you never know when you might make a mistake with your down management. We are going to choose the Cresselia photo so that everyone can get extra Cresselia candy. And we got a whopping 97 down from that. Really nice. I wonder how much the second sleep style will give for down since the 1-star gives 32. But we have 2 Pokemon to rate together, so that's going to be very fun. Side note, I'm just looking like the color is not looking good today in the video, so kind of annoying, but so it happens on gloomy rainy days. It's actually raining very hard outside. I had plans of wanting, oh no, right off the bat, this is not that great. Okay, personally for me, I think when it comes to skill-based Pokemon, the ingredient list is a matter of preference. Some people might say otherwise, but because skill Pokemon drop like 1 or 2 ingredient, it doesn't really end up mattering to me, but it still sucks to see. It's completely mixed. We've got Research EXP bonus, Sleep EXP bonus, Skill Trigger and Helping Speed, and Skill Trigger S. So, oh, but it's main skill chance now, so it's worse than what I'm using now. So right now the Gardevoir that I have has 2 skill triggers before 50. As you can see, skill trigger S comes at 100, so that's very late. But it's not even worth it because main skill chance is down. Alright, let's see if our Muna's any better. Hopefully better than the catch I had on Wednesday. So it's a rash nature. It does not look like there's berry finding at level 10. We got 2 honeys. Alright, helping speed is looking good. Ingredient finder is not really what we want. Inventory up S, not really needed. Skill trigger is alright, and skill trigger M at level 100. And it's ingredient finding up and main skill chance down. Ideally, you do not want ingredient finding up on a berry Pokemon. You would want speed of help up with speed of help sub skills, but for sure berry finding. And we have none of that. So this is worse than Wednesday's catch. This will just become fodder. I hope going through that kind of helps people. Sorry, my train of thought got cut off because the numbers were almost the same. So I'm at rank 6 now. Let me know in the comment section what rank you guys are in. So I hope that going through the Pokemon together helps you guys kind of learn how to read your Pokemon when you're rating it after catching. I am no means a pro. There are plenty of resources online. Even in the description, you can find a link to a resource that I sometimes use to rate my Pokemon. Alright, so we're going to switch out our team back to our helper team, and we are going to make breakfast. So for breakfast, we are going to have ninja salad. And then because it's Friday, this will be the day that I start farming for ingredients for my Defiant coffee salad, just to prepare for Sunday's meals. So I'm hoping to make 3 coffee salads on Sunday. But let's put in some corn, and this will bump me up 60k for this meal. I can't wait until they increase the level cap just so I can start leveling up some dishes that I've maxed out, but also so that it brings us one step closer at unlocking level 70 for our sub skills in Pokemon, or 70 or 75. We are at master 8, so by the end of today I should be at master 9. If I'm really lucky and I somehow get 2 crit meals, maybe master 10. I'll need master 13 to get to the 3-star sleep style for Cresselia, but let's redeem an incense. We actually, how close am I to redeeming? I think one of these over here, 9 to 12, is a Cresselia incense. I might be wrong, but not going to reach that anytime soon. So good call on redeeming that. Now I just need to collect some main to get some more cookies. So let's pick up our mission rewards. Let's see what we get. Let's do the weekly one first. I got candy for giving out 15 biscuits, and I also got a reward here. So we got 100 more main, and we are done with week 1 missions for the event, which is really good. And now I have enough to buy more cookies. Well, 1 cookie. So now I have 2 in my inventory, which is great. Let's do this, pick up our sleep points. We got 100%, looking really good, healthy numbers. Probably gonna get S grade for the weekly sleep thingy. All right, daily gift, what is it gonna be? A dream cluster. I'll take that, because I do need more dream shards. My Espeon is so close to reaching level 60, but it just requires so much dream clusters. Let's go into the research community tab, catch up on our time apart, yap a little, and let's see how much main we get. We're down, sorry. I keep saying down because I'm so used from the previous events. It was Raikou, Entei, and Suicune main. Now it's down. And if you're wondering why is it a down, in the mainline games when you go onto Full Moon Island, or I believe it's called Full Moon Island, the pond is in the shape of a crescent moon, and that is where you will find Cresselia. And it is said that if you are able to obtain a Cresselia feather, that will help dispel the nightmares of Darkrai. So feathers down, that's the reason why it's called Cresselia down. So that means Cresselia is a bird. And this is my iced coffee. Look how beautiful it is. I'm gonna give it a good stir, and then we're gonna cheers. All right, that was a good mix. Cheers, everyone. So good. And you know what? You guys usually only see me take 1 sip on camera. If you're wondering what happens to the rest of it, I drink it while I'm editing the video. So this is a Marshana. And you know what's crazy? In this time and age where a lot of people want to show the best parts of their life, especially on Instagram, you see a lot of like pretty photos, right? This is a story of a friend of mine. Okay, so I don't know these people directly, but my friend told me there was this one time where she was hanging out with people. They were out they were not from our city, so my friend and her friend were bringing them around just to explore the city. And at one place, there's this one landmark place, the girls bought a lot of food, the visitors that are not from the city. They bought a lot of food just to take photos with them. They took like one bite of everything and then they threw everything in the garbage. That to me is wild. Like the length that people will go to get a good Instagram photo just for the likes. And you have to like really think about it for a moment. The mental gymnastics you have to go through to justify every step of the way. Like, we're gonna go to this place because it has good food, because then I could take cute photos with it, and we're gonna take like aesthetic food shots, and we're only gonna take like one bite each because we need to show that we ate the food. But then obviously we're not gonna eat all the food because it's a lot of food, because they ordered one of everything, I heard, and then they threw everything away. Wild. Crazy. Please don't do that. It's so wasteful. But yeah, every time I think of food wastage, I think of that moment and I'm like, yeah, you really can't trust everything you see on the internet. Honestly, even when it comes to me, guys, I have my favorite angles when I'm recording. I think you guys have, I think it's pretty obvious what my favorite angle is. I do the same hair all the time. I try to keep consistency in how I look as well. But even I get to choose what I want to show online, you know? I don't think it's too much of a problem having to choose what you decide to share online. I think it becomes a problem once you start fabricating the truth or dancing on the line of what is truthful just to sell an idea of what your lifestyle is. That to me is crazy. I do believe you can be online and have some sort of privacy, like a public but not, what is it called? Private but not public? No, I forget what the term is. Like, I know a lot of girls in the space will make it clear that they have boyfriends, but they don't show their boyfriends out of like privacy and everything like that. So it's like public knowledge, but it's still keeping some sense of the relationship private. Like Stephanie Sue, Rotten Mango podcast, she does that with her husband. Although you hear him in the videos when they're talking about certain cases that they're sharing with us. So yeah, all that to say, it is crazy when you hear some influencer stories of what they do just to get the shot, just to sell you on the idea of what their life looks like. Oh, this is a shiny Swalot. Congratulations, Evo Stevo. Almost matching with your shiny Ditto because the color is like almost the same. Looking so delicious, like blueberry jello. Do you guys remember that show, Angela Anaconda? I grew up watching that and I really enjoyed that show watching up. And that show always made me crave jello because the jello looks so good there. Yeah, all that to say, the coffee does get drank. It's not just for, you know, the cheers and everything of the video. It helps me feel through my editing as well. And I do all of my editing by myself, so thumbnail editing and then a lot of like supplemental research on how to better take advantage of the algorithm or like SEOs and stuff. So I've been working a lot more on the back end things of my YouTube to encourage more viewers to get eyes onto my video and channel. And that's been a lot of fun. It's been rewarding because you can directly see how the changes you've made will either boost the numbers or drop in numbers. However, there are factors like, you know, luck or just the right moment at the right time. I feel like a lot of the times when it comes to YouTube, there is a good pool of people where you have to be the right person at the right time. And for others, even though you have the best setup, you spend this and that money, it's like a whole production, even sometimes that could flop because maybe you don't know your audience, you haven't really established a good brand identity with yourself. So yeah, it's crazy. Every now and then I think about like my first several videos on YouTube and I'm like, wow, how far I've come, right? But it has been such a fulfilling thing for me as well because I get to explore a creative. I thought that was shiny because someone else has a shiny one and it's pink, so I'm so used to seeing that one because I don't see pommels often. But yeah, it has been such a fulfilling YouTube journey, and I became partnered last December, so my videos started making money, right? And yes, it is nice to make money off your videos, especially in the beginning. And all I gotta say on the topic of money and making YouTube videos is it is really interesting to see how much you make once you get partnered. And I don't know, everyone's experience is different, but personally for me, since I've started in December, I've made roughly $300, which might not seem, oh, this is a shiny. Congrats, Chrissy. I could tell because like if you take a close look at the nose, It's purple. But yeah, 300 might not be a lot to you if you've seen like other videos of YouTubers who are doing like salary transparency and showing you a breakdown of how much they make. I know that was like super popular during the pandemic era of our time. But I think it's fun to talk about these things, which is why I am willing to share those numbers. Also because it gives you a realistic expectation of like, if you're going into YouTube for the sole purpose of replacing your day job, you might want to take some steps in place before making such a jump, because the amount of money that you're hoping to make might not come to you that easily, or it might take like years to build on, you know? Unless you're one of those people I've mentioned earlier where like a stroke of luck, being the right person at the right time, and you have like all these opportunities. But a lot of times it's just like grinding, putting in the work, and not losing that spark and fun that you have. It's important not to get burnt out, which is why when it comes to this, like when I look at the number, the monetary number, I'm like, wow, that's neat. But I don't make it a goal of mine. You know, my goal is to grow the channel and build a community with you guys with the interest of things that I'm interested, because one thing I love to do is sharing things that I love to talk about, and that is something that is very true even in real life with my friends. And I would just love to bring that sort of enthusiasm on YouTube, which is why I do this. I do have an experience of turning a hobby into a business, which has taught me a lot of lessons. And although I don't engage in the business anymore, I think the most valuable thing it taught me is that it's not for everyone. Turning your hobby into a business is not for everyone. And in that case, it just wasn't for me. The money thing is probably, if I were to say like my big 5 goals, it would probably be somewhere on the 4th or 5th rank. The first being partnering with Nintendo. If ever I am lucky enough in this lifetime to do some sort of partnership with Nintendo or Pokemon, that to me would be like, wow, my make it moment on YouTube. Okay, I've loved Nintendo since a very young age. I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to that feeling as well. So it would be such a dream of mine to collaborate with them in any way possible. And then like slowly seeing the channel grow in subscribers, that would be very neat as well. That is another goal of mine. Like just milestones that are achievable, you know? Like don't dream too small, but don't dream too big, because I feel like sometimes when you dream too big, it can be a little overwhelming and you don't know the entire steps that it takes to get to that goal. Because dreaming is one thing, executing is another. So, you know, low-hanging fruits, reachable goals, that will really help in terms of motivation and to keep you motivated and going. So milestones are really important. And then third would probably be like eventually streaming again. And I know I talk about this on and off. I'm so sorry if it seems like I'm like baiting you guys. I promise I'm not. I would love to stream. I'm just trying to figure out my internet situation, because I don't know why in this room is just so bad. So we're trying to work with that. We need to schedule an appointment with the internet provider to see what the best solution is, because it's in this room that it's the most choppy. So I don't know what exactly that I need. So we haven't committed to purchasing anything without having a expert tell us what the best thing to do is. So there's that. And it's going to be a really good year, I feel, to start streaming, because as you guys may know, the Nintendo Direct happened, the Switch Direct happened, and it is quite the good year for gamers. I know some people might disagree. There's always going to be people who are going to be unsatisfied with something, which is fair. Like for example, I'm not an Xbox person, so whatever they're going to produce or push out, it's never going to be of interest to me. Fun fact, did you know Xbox is also the lowest selling console in Japan? Yeah, the Nintendo Direct, I have so many thoughts and feelings. I'm going to make a separate video for that, but if you're curious, the Tamagotchi game that they're making, oh my god, I was so happy when I saw that. Tamagotchi Corner Shop on the Nintendo DS back in the day, that was my childhood. I don't know how many times I replayed that game just to like 100% it again, because it was just so much fun. The mini games in there, the characters are so cute, the music as well. So I'm super happy about that. Tomodatchi Life, 10 years after the first game, it's crazy to see that they're finally coming out with another one. I will say I almost got baited, because on that one scene when it's at the beach, I thought it was Animal Crossing. It switched scenes and I'm like, oh, it's Tomodachi Life. So yeah, and then there's that other rhythm game. I've never played it, but I think I will pick it up. I'm very excited for that. And then the Nintendo Switch 2, you guys. Oh my god, I'm so excited about the Nintendo Switch 2. The only downside though is the release for North America is on June 5th. I am no longer in Canada. I'm in Singapore now. So when I looked up on the website, it doesn't release in Singapore until July to September. So there's not an official set date. You only have a date range. But I am just so excited for the Switch 2. And it's that same excitement when they released the Switch. Actually, maybe not as much, because when they released the Switch, it was like something entirely new to the lineup of consoles that they had up until now, you know? But Switch 2 is very interesting to see, and probably after the Switch 2 they're gonna come out with something completely new, or maybe they're gonna come out with like a third generation thing before they decide to go on to something completely different. We don't know, but that's what makes it so fun and so much to look forward to when it comes to games like this. And growing up, my mom always thought it was going to be a phase, you know, because back then, okay you guys, back then gaming was more seen for like guys. So my mom always thought like, oh, she's gonna outgrow it. 31 years later, I've not outgrown it. And that's completely okay. You can be a gamer at any age of your life. It's like any other hobby, and it sucks that gaming has this negative connotation as you get older, which shouldn't be the case, because if it's something that brings you joy, then why not? Because being happy will make you less stressed. And the lower stresses you have in life, the less negative side effects you have on your mental health and your physical health. So game on. It is a great year. Are you guys excited as I am? And yeah, those are my thoughts. Happy Friday, everyone. It is a gloomy day here, but we are going to try to make it the best that we can. Probably just going to take it easy and stay at home. I initially had plans of like wanting to take a walk and just enjoy being outside for a bit, because I've been quite busy this week with a lot of editing, so I've been holed up in this room. But I guess I'll just have to relax in different ways. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I appreciate it every time you guys show up. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it every time you do. Have a beautiful Friday. I'm going to see you guys on Monday for week 2, and we will see when they decide to drop more news about Darkrai, because it should either be this weekend, or maybe they're just gonna like drop it last minute on Monday. Who knows? But yeah, we have a lot to look forward to next week for the event. So good luck on raising your Snorlax. I hope you guys all have really good drowsy powers, and I will see you guys in the next video. So enjoy your weekend, take care, good luck, and have fun. Bye.